Hey guys, Sophia here with Turquoise Toffee, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2024 IFBB Pro League World Clash Pro Bikini and Pro Masters Bikini results. A fabulous competition. Now, in terms of Olympia, the open division girls are the ones who are working towards qualifying. The Masters divisions have their own Olympia and its own system. So last year's top three are automatically qualified, and then the winner of this competition's open division will also get their golden ticket to Olympia. So beginning with the open, in first place, Jordan, second, Ashley, third, Yulia, fourth, Kiki, and fifth, Sierra. All right, so here's Sierra in fifth place. Beautiful green suit. I noticed that in that cover photo with the awards ceremony, she was in purple. So must have done a costume change between prejudging and judging. I love the green with her hair and her makeup. I think she looks really beautiful. She's got tremendous size. She's really muscular. Great glutes, so full, so big, round, big, full, gorgeous quads. I think her legs are awesome. A lot of size in her arms as well. She's super wide in her upper body, so she's got a really great overall muscular look. I don't think, though, that her conditioning was sharp enough at this show. I think her lines needed to be more detailed. I think, like that sharper line coming down the quad, down the leg, the groove in the hip could have been a bit easier to see. Her arms, I think in particular, the shoulders could have been a little bit more outlined. Like, I know bikini is so tricky. You don't want to be too hard and athletic looking, but I think she can get away with a little bit more detail coming through than what we're seeing here. But I'm loving her size. I think her posing looks really good. And overall, it was a great fifth place. All right, next in fourth is Kiki. So here is an athlete with just a little bit more of that detail. The conditioning is a bit sharper, and I love it, particularly her shoulders. I love the outline that she gets of the delt. I think it's just extremely impressive, and you just have a really nice view of all the curves and the roundness and the fullness in those shoulders. She's got nice lats, a really good oblique here, great curve to the glute, and nice detail coming into the quads. I think the line coming down looks really good. There's a little bit of detail in the back leg. I do think she could have a little bit more size into the glute up at the top part here, so that this the kind of the S curve silhouette is a little bit less low for the curve and more high into the roundness. And the other thing I noticed is maybe the suit could just be pulled down a little bit more just to fit a little bit better. And I think she could have gotten away with more of a red lip rather than this pinky tone, just to match the suit. But still, I think she looks really awesome. Fourth place is amazing. Her tan looks great. The gloss, the sheen, her legs look fabulous. And just, I think her conditioning looks really good. All right, next in third is Yulia. Beautiful with the curly hair. It's a gorgeous look on her, though I do wish that the hair was to the back. I find that this really cuts off her upper body. It kind of messes with the symmetry a little bit, and she clearly has beautiful shoulders, nice outlining of those delts, but the whole back shoulders kind of disappeared behind her thick curly hair. So I would be very careful to keep the hair to the back. I think she's got really great proportions. I love how her glute is really round and full, and it's a really nice complement to the round and full delt. I think she's got a really nice tiny waistline with good definition into the oblique, and then nice curves into the legs. Great outlining of the quad too. Her posing looks lovely into the feet. She looks like she's delicately stepping on a little cloud, like just no effort. Though I do find somehow in the upper body, there's almost a little bit of almost a lean. Like, I feel like the belly button is going down towards the floor rather than being more straight up and down. Maybe it's the hair that's throwing me off being on the one side, but I just feel like if she could get this shoulder to be a little bit more out and the arm to fall straight down, and then the torso could be a tiny bit more upright, I think it would look really good with her shape. And I notice it more pronounced in the lineup photo, just the way that she's slightly more angled than the competitors beside her. So we'll get there in a second. I still think she looks gorgeous. I love the lipstick. I love the deep red color of her suit. And I think overall she's an absolutely gorgeous competitor, and this was a great third place. All right, Ashley in second place, amazing. She's so muscular. The size of her legs and the detail that she has without going overboard. I think it looks awesome. The lines in the quads, the curve to the hamstring, the size in the glutes. She's got a very impressive midsection, the oblique, very nice. I love the line coming right down the middle of her abs. Her shoulders look great. Like, she just looks awesome. All of the glossy sheen is amazing. Really highlights her hip here. The back definition in the quad. I think she has to be careful that she doesn't get too detailed. I think she's right on the edge. Any more would be crossing the line, but I think she's kind of gotten it right in the sweet spot here, where you're seeing that gorgeous amount of curve and size and fullness, but nice outlining to really highlight those muscles. I think her shoulders are spectacular, beautiful shape, beautiful size. I'm not crazy though about her arm here. I don't like that it's coming out to the back. I don't think we need to see the inside of her elbow. I think if she rotated it and had we always call it the smile of your arms. If she had this inner elbow rotated more towards her own body, and then the hand could fall, maybe the wrist would be more angled to the side rather than the thumb to the front. I just feel like it would be a little bit more of a delicate pose rather than this sharp angle of her arm coming out. That's kind of it. That's the only thing I can think of. I think she looks really beautiful. For sure she could go with a red lip to match the suit, but that's just me. I think she did a great job. And now in first place, Jordan. Oh, wow. She looks so good. Her waistline is so small in comparison to her massive delts and massive glutes. So the hourglass is just insane. She's so wide, so tiny, and then so wide again. It looks amazing. Really good curves too. There's nothing is slanted or sharp or straight. It's all just round delts, round lats, curved back, rounded glute, and then gorgeous curvy legs. Nice full quads, beautiful amount of definition. You've got the outlining, you've got some detail, but not too much. She's got a sharp oblique. I love the butterfly ring. It is so pretty. What a nice touch. I've never seen anybody do that before. I love it. I think she has to be really careful with her hair though. I notice it especially in the back pose. I love that she has short hair. I love that she's showing off her back, but I think she has to be really careful that the hair doesn't obstruct her delts. Like, this back delt is really close to being hidden by the curls. So that's just the only thing I would mention. I love the color of her suit. I think it's kind of more of an orange than it is red, and her lips are a really beautiful complementary color. So I think she just did a great job. But most of all, what impresses me is the ratio. Just the width to the tiny narrow waist looks so good. Okay, so here's the side-by-side. This is where I think you'll maybe agree with me on some of these points. I think Sierra needed more conditioning. The delts in particular, right? When you kind of scan across the lineup and you see how outlined the delts are on Jordan, on Ashley, on Kiki, right? Like, I think Sierra could have had more of that really clear outline shape. Yulia here, I think her tan could have been darker, but also this is where I feel that she's more slightly, ever so slightly at a lean. Like, compare the way that she's got her shoulders to Sierra and Jordan. They're more upright, they're more straight, their obliques are totally straight up and down, and the shoulders are really open and wide. I feel like Yulia is losing some of her width in her upper body by not opening up the shoulders enough. Ashley, I'm so impressed with the size. I think her legs are smoking everybody else out of the water. She's got a lot of hamstring, a lot of quad, really, really great development in her lower body. Kiki, I'm loving her shoulders. I think her delts have a really beautiful shape. She's got a nice overall curve, but I do think she could have a bit more size into the glutes here when we compare her to Ashley beside her. And then Jordan, as I've said numerous times, it's the ratio that really catches my eye. She's got beautiful width in her collarbone, in the delts, beautiful width in the glutes, really high and round and full, but it's that teeny tiny midsection in the middle that just, wow, it pulls your eye to her and she looks unreal. And then in the back pose, everybody looks amazing. I think Kiki's definition is awesome. I really like the detail coming into the hamstrings, and I think her delts really pop here. Ashley, you don't quite notice the delts as well. I think she could have a little bit more size here in this back pose. Jordan looks stunning. Really nice shape. I love that you see her back. I love that you get to see all of the height into the glutes. But this is where I think she has to be really careful that her hair doesn't obstruct the delts. It's close, but it's fine in this photo. Yulia looks beautiful. I really notice her triangular shape here. I think her hair is perfect, really highlights the tininess of her waist. And Sierra, gorgeous size, really nice size into the legs, particularly the inside of her thigh. But I do think her tie-ins could have been a little bit sharper. Just the conditioning overall could have been a little bit more. Jordan really had nice definition into the tie-in area. Ashley, I think, could have been a little sharper there as well. Yulia, I think her tie-ins look great. Really nice detail coming into the hamstrings. But at the end of the day, I think Jordan kind of had everything right and also just was so eye-catching in her overall silhouette. So she did an amazing job. And of course, there she is added to the list. All right, moving on to Women's Bikini Masters 40+. In first place, Nina. Second, Christine. Third, Miriam. Fourth, Wendy. And fifth, Colleen. All right, here's Colleen in fifth place. She looks awesome. She's got really great size in her legs. I love the sweep of her quads. Just super impressive. Really nice curves, great fullness, nice definition, particularly around the kneecap. She's got a nice small waist, really chiseled out oblique here, and a nice curve into the upper body. I think posing could be a little bit more big, like really open up the chest, open up the shoulder, bring the shoulder further out so that the arm can just fall straight down rather than coming out at the side. Maybe a little bit more size into the sides of the delts, a bit more roundness here just to really fill out the silhouette. But I think her lower body looks really awesome. Beautiful. I love the wavy curls with the blue suit, very mermaidish. I think she looks beautiful. It was a really great fifth. All right, Wendy in fourth place. Amazing conditioning. Check out all the detail in her legs. Wow. And not only does she have a lot of the details, she's got great size. Her glute is so big, really nice hamstring, and the detail is, I love it. Beautiful oblique, nice small waistline. Though I wouldn't mind if there was a bit more of that really tight, flat, kind of six-pack ab definition thing happening. I think that would look really cool with the amount of detail she has in the legs. She's got nice size into the lats, though I do feel like she needs a bit more width into the upper body to really match with the glutes. I find that this arm here is kind of, the delt is almost a straight line rather than having a really big circle that sticks out. You know, if she could just have a little bit more width into this arm, perhaps it's as simple as just opening up a little bit more, trying to get the delt to come a little bit further out. But I think even a little bit more size would be great into the shoulders to really balance out with the lower body. I think she's incredible. The definition looks gorgeous. Beautiful suit color. Her tan, the gloss, she's just glowy and it's gorgeous. All right, next and third is Miriam. I think Miriam has exceptional hourglass proportions. The shoulders match really nicely to the glutes. I think you notice the lat and the small waistline. This curve in her back is beautiful. She's got a lot of nice height into the glute and really lovely definition. Her legs are crazy. I think she has to be careful with the definition. In the back pose in particular, it's not the greatest photo, but you can see she's almost striated in the glutes. So you still want to have some fullness. It's still bikini at the end of the day. I think she could even have more size into the legs. I think the quad sweeps could be a bit bigger. The hamstrings could be a bit more full. This leg is a bit on the straight, right, this line here. I'd love to see a bit more curve, just a tiny bit, to really make the legs a bit more round and full. But I think overall her silhouette is really gorgeous, and I'm loving the height on her glute. Just amazing. Beautiful suit, lovely makeup. I love the kind of purpley cool tones. I think she looks great. All right, next and second is Christine. Gorgeous black suit with the bright fuchsia lips. It looks awesome. Great tan color as well, though I do think her face, the foundation could have been a little bit darker just to match the tan a bit more. She's super muscular and really nice outlining. I think she's got great quads. This line in her hip here is awesome. A nice size into the glutes as well. Really high and round. Good fullness and size in the delts. I think the back arm looks really good. She's posing it very strategically to keep that nice roundness into the shoulders. I'm not crazy though about the torso here. I feel like she's got a really small waistline with great definition, super visible oblique, but somehow she's got like a curve to her upper body. Maybe it's the way that she's got her hip popped, but I would love to see this a little bit more straight up and down and less of a curviness. Just my eye is being drawn this way instead of just those very sharp triangular upper body with the curvy lower body. So that's it. Just a slight tweak in the posing to try to reduce some of that curve. But I think overall she looks really great. I'm loving the hair. I like that she's got the curl in the front, but it's not blocking her delt because her delts look awesome. So overall, awesome job. And now in first place, Nina. Okay, first of all, I have to say I love that she has her hair to the back. Everything is so visible in her shoulders, in her chest, in the clavicle. Just the upper body is shining. It is right, exactly what you want to see. So visible. She's posing really well, really open. Beautiful curves into the delts. Nice size in the lats and gorgeous midsection. My gosh, such a small waistline. So I think you really notice those ratios of the width coming into the narrow and then nice size into the glutes and legs. I think she's got really great proportions. She looks round and full in the quads, but still has some good definition. Beautiful obliques. Just overall stunning. I love the color of her suit and how well her lipstick matches. She just looks really put together and really polished. Maybe I would recommend a little bit more gloss though. I think she could have been a bit more shiny, on the hip, on the corner of the delt, bit of the oblique, a bit of the quad, just to really make some of those parts glow and shine. But I think she did a really great job with the posing and her proportions to really show off that hourglass shape. All right, so here's everyone side by side. Stunning. Wendy's legs look amazing. I'm loving all the detail in her quads. Christine, I think her definition looks really great. Her hip here, the size in the glute looks really fabulous. Miriam, I love her posing. I love how open she is in the legs. I think she's giving us a really nice view of this back leg, though I still think she could have a little bit more size in the legs themselves. When you look at her compared to the other girls, she's a lot more slight in the leg development. Colleen, fabulous size, really great density in the quads, maybe a little more conditioning to show off the lines a little bit better. When we've got Nina in the middle, she's got the size, she's got the lines, she's got the nice small midsection, and really nice posing to show off the upper body as well. All right, now here's the back pose. Nina stands out for the size of her glutes, the roundness and the fullness, but also the tie-ins. I think she's got a good balance between having that size and the shape, but also having that nice outline. Miriam, I think a little bit too lean into the glutes. In this lineup, I think that even in this very zoomed out pixelated picture, you can see there's quite a bit of a sharpness to the glutes. I think Christine had a perfect balance of the size, that nice definition outlining the bottom of the glute in particular. Colleen, I think, needed a bit more definition to show off the tie-ins. And Wendy, man, super impressive size into the glutes. But I do think that she could have a little bit more of that hourglass shape, just a bit more of the delts width coming into the narrow waist before we get to this very impressive lower body. So I think Nina had it here. She's got the nice fullness, that nice hourglass shape, and overall beautiful look. Now, moving on to Masters 50 Plus. In first place, Miriam. Second, Wendy. Third, Sheila. Fourth, Linda. And fifth, Heather. So Heather in fifth place, beautiful. Love the suit with the tan. She's very dark. I think she could have gone a little bit more bright with the lipstick just to really pop and draw your eye to her smile. But overall, she's got a great look. Really nice shoulders, beautiful tiny waistline, great obliques, nice curve. I really like the bottom of her glute where it comes in with the hamstring. I think her legs look good, but I wouldn't mind a little bit more clear definition. The line down the quad, I think, could be a bit sharper. Maybe a little bit more fullness into the quads too, a bit more size into the sweep. But overall, I think she's got a really nice silhouette, very impressive glutes, and a great job overall. All right, next in fourth is Linda. Beautiful midsection. Wow, her abs are stunning. Six-pack, oblique, crazy good, really impressive. I think she's got a nice triangular shape coming up into the lats, though somehow to me it almost looks like she's pulling downwards with the arm. I would try to really open up the shoulders, really highlight the beautiful size and development she has in the delts themselves, really try to get the roundness to show in the sides and create as big of an illusion of width as she can. I think she's got a nice tan. She's got lots of good gloss. The conditioning looks great, particularly this line here. But a bit more size into the glute, I think, would be good to really just balance out with those beautiful shoulders and just have a bit more of an obvious, that horizontal width of the glute in this front pose. But overall, a fantastic fourth place. All right, next and third is Sheila. Amazing size. She's got crazy big delts, crazy big quads, beautiful quad sweep. She's got some good size into the glute, some awesome hamstrings, and nice definition too. I think her glutes are really well outlined. Her delts have a gorgeous line on the bottom. Overall, super muscular, fantastic curves. I think her midsection needs to be a little bit tighter, a little bit flatter in the bottom here. That could be a posing tweak. I think she could probably move this hand a little higher just to draw your eye up rather than low. I think she should be highlighting the smallest part of her waistline rather than bringing her hand below the belly button. Maybe just playing around with the angle a bit more, perhaps more sideways, or maybe opposite, maybe even more forward facing to show off the ab definition. But I think in this lineup, the waistline is something that is not quite as tiny as the other competitors, even though she's got amazing development and size in the legs and the upper body. So she's doing a great job really building so that she can create the width coming into the narrow. And clearly the judges loved her with third place. So I think she did awesome. Great suit color, nice makeup, fabulous. Wendy, we've already seen in our last Masters, as well as Miriam. So here they are side by side. Everybody looks amazing. I like Heather's tan. I think her color looks really good. I think Linda and Sheila could have been a tiny bit darker, a little bit more in the brown tone. Miriam's tan looks beautiful. I really like her detail that she has, the line down her leg. Her shoulders look beautiful. Wendy has amazing development in the legs. I just think that she needs to make the shoulders a little bit more prominent, whether it's just with posing or size. But to me, Miriam's shoulders really shine. She's really open. You notice the lats and you notice that width coming into the narrow midsection. I think Linda needs a little bit more size into the glutes. I think Heather beside her looks really great. Good size into the glutes, but definitely needed a bit more detail into the legs. Linda's shoulders look beautiful. I really like the outlining she has of her delts. And Sheila, my goodness, so muscular. Great legs. I'm loving all of this definition here in the quad. Beautiful delts, but definitely needs to play around a little bit more still to really highlight how small and tight and beautiful her ab definition is. And then in the back, I think Miriam looks really fabulous, really small waistline. Again, I think she's right on the cusp with conditioning. Her glutes look really, really lean, but she's got a great size and good proportions in the size of her legs to the glutes. I think Linda beside her needs to have a little bit more fullness and roundness to match with the delts, right? She's got a really nice hourglass shape in the a really nice triangle shape in the top of her body, but it's not quite met perfectly in the bottom. Heather, I think, needed more definition into the back of her legs. Wendy, amazing. Again, I just think that she needed a little bit more width into the upper body to create more of that hourglass shape. Sheila, incredible. Great size, great width. I love the fullness. I love the curves. Beautiful overall shape, but I think it was a nice win for Miriam. I think she's got the most hourglass, great proportions, nice definition, and overall just a great look. All right, so that's it for this show. There were lots of other shows last weekend and more coming up this weekend, the final weekend to qualify for Olympia. So make sure you subscribe. I will be back with recaps of all those shows as soon as I can. Give me a like if you like this video, comment your thoughts below, and come find me. I'm on Instagram at Turquoise Toffee.